Good morning, students. Welcome to this new session of video class. Now, today I will give you the story about the variety and unity of India. This is your fifth chapter from the textbook of 11th class. This essay is written by our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. This piece of essay is taken from the famous book, The Discovery of India, which was written by Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, the title itself suggests that diversity and unity of India. What do you understand by diversity? Diversity means vividhata, difference. Difference in culture, in language, in dress, in food, everything. But still, we all Indians are one. People who live in India, maybe they live in the far north of India, the northern states like Ladakh, Sikkim, or Arunachal Pradesh. Or they live in the extreme south, that is Kerala, Tamil Nadu, or in the coastal region of the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. But everybody is called as Indian because they all live in India. So, the meaning of variety and diversity of India will teach you or tell you how people of India, though they follow different religion, culture, they are still known as Indians. Now, we will discuss some of the key points that are described in this essay. The first point is diversity of India. We Indians have a diverse culture, religion, food habits, clothes, everything is different. Now, all Indians don't look similar. People from northern states, they look different from the people of the South India. Their features, their facial features, their food, their clothing, their skin color, all differ. But still, we call them Indians, or they themselves call them Indians because they live in the peninsula known as India. So, the figures of the North Indian differ from the facial figures of the South Indian, Tamilians, Keralians, or Malayalis. Their language also differs from each other. The North Indians generally speak Hindi, while the South Indians generally speak their own regional language. The food is also quite different. Their food, the North Indians eat something different, while the South Indians, their food is totally different. Because the South Indians, they live in the coastal region where their main food is rice. And the people who live in North India, their food is generally consists of wheat. Also the clothes they wear, because North India is quite cold, their clothing are quite different, Well, whereas the South India is a temperate climate, so it is quite hot and their clothing are quite different. So this is the variety that from north to south, the people, how they live, but still they, they consider themselves as one because they live in India and they call themselves Indians. This is the summary I gave you of the first paragraph of the lesson, the variety and unity of India. Now we will go to the second point, that is common mental attitude. What is common mental attitude? Common, you know, is in general we call it everybody is doing the same thing. Mental means their thinking. Whatever the people of North think in the same way as the people of South. So we will now see how vast was this country once. Many years ago, even before the era of Christ, our country was a developed country. It was in India where the famous Taxila University was situated. It was the first learning seat in the olden times and the first university of the world. Now, in Taxila, the people from all over the world came and studied the variety of things that were taught in the Taxila University. That is, it was taught science, math, astronomy, etc. And our India was also a vast land. The northwest frontier province was a part of the great Mauryan Empire, which you must have already studied in your history. And from there, we start, it was our own country, and people lived there quite happily. They were quite educated. People far from China came here and studied whatever was taught in Taxila University. Now, the Buddhism was also taught in this university, and other various fields like mathematics, science, astronomy were also taught. So, they all had the common thinking because they all belong to this vast part of the country. So, you follow what is common mental attitude? That is, the vast peninsula of India had the same thinking all over. Now we will see to the third part of this chapter, or the third paragraph of this chapter, that is synthesis of Indian culture. What do you understand by the word synthesis? Synthesis means mixture. Synthesize, we mix too many things together, and that is synthesis. So, the culture in India has been mixed with everything. What is the culture? The different cultures that we follow, the different religions that we follow, the different clothing that we wear, the different type of food that we eat are all synthesized together. Today, a North Indian prefers eating South Indian food. They like to wear the South Indian clothes. Many of them also talk in different languages. They have learned different types of languages because they all live in India. So they have learned to speak in different languages. Now, the Pathans of North and the Tamils of South, their appearance, their food, their clothing are all different, but still they call themselves as Indian because they live in this great Indian peninsula. Now, people from east to west, from the eastern coast of India to the western coast of India, the culture is totally different. The eastern people generally eat rice and fish because their rice and fish is available in ample quantity due to the seas and rivers. The people from west, that is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Konkan, their culture is quite different. Their religion is quite different. They worship different type of gods. Their food is quite different. People from Gujarat, they eat different food. People from Maharashtra, they eat different food. And the Konkanis, they also eat different food. Their language is entirely different. But they are all Indians because they live in this vast Indian peninsula. Now, people from all over the world have come here and settled in India. Do you know that people from Persia, Iran, Iraq, and other countries, Chinese, Jews, have all come here and settled. Most of them are Christians, Muslims, Parsis, Zoroastrians, and other people have come and settled in India. They have their different culture. They follow their different culture, food, habits, clothing, everything. But still, they call themselves Indians. And they have so much mingled in our religion, in our country, that we cannot distinguish them from ourselves. Most of them have learned Hindi and other regional language where they stay, like the Parsis who had come from Persia to India many years ago have adopted the Gujarati culture, their way of living, their way of dressing, their language, their food, everything. Though they themselves call them Parsis, but when they go out, we cannot distinguish that these people had come to India some thousands of years ago from the far eastern land of Persia and have settled here. In the same way, people from Portuguese had come and settled in the Konkan region. Therefore, till now, they speak the Konkani language is just next to the Portuguese language. Their food habits are all Portuguese. In this way, we have adopted people from all over the world and we have accepted them as our brothers and we like them. We also follow their culture and they also follow some of the cultures, religions. We have made them, we have become their friends and they too have become our friends. So, this is called synthesis of Indian culture. That means mixing up of different cultures, different religions and different things, language, food, everything. So we call this chapter is dedicated to the synthesis of Indian culture. Now, the fourth paragraph explains to us the Indianness in foreign land. Now, what is this? This paragraph tells us that Indians who had gone away from India many years ago, when they were taken from India, people were taken from India to other lands as laborers in the plantation. Now they have settled there in the South African continent, in the Far East, South American continent, the Mauritius, and other parts of the world. These Indians, though they have settled in different foreign lands, but still they regard themselves as Indians. They still follow the Indian culture. They still wear the Indian clothes. They still cook their food in Indian style, and even they talk the Indian languages. But still, from the bottom of their heart, they are Indians, and they long to come to India and see their motherland and meet their relatives, their friends, everybody. So, Indianness in foreign land means those people who have already settled in the foreign land since many years, still they regard themselves as Indian. So I think you have followed what is Indianness in foreign land. So we have completed fourth paragraph, that is diversity of India, common mental attitude, synthesis of Indian culture. Synthesis means mixing up of all Indian cultures, Indianness in foreign land, that is, people living in other countries, they are still Indian. Now comes the fifth topic, that is the geographical diversity. What is geographical diversity? Can you say? Geographical diversity, the word geography itself says that the entire geographical region of India. India is a vast peninsula, as you know, and it has all the types of climate in India. In the far northern region, the climate is very cold. The vast snow-capped Himalayas, they are very cold. The Shivalik. Then comes the tropical plains of India, where the climate is quite hot and humid. Then comes the coastal area of India, that is also quite hot and humid. All types of climate is there present in our country. But still, we don't say, oh, the people from Himalaya, or oh, the people from the coastal region. We call them Indians. They are all Indians, and they love to be called Indians. They salute their motherland. The people from north to south, east to west, they will say Vande Mataram because they are all Indians. They love their motherland and they want to follow the Indian culture and call themselves as Indians. So this was a lesson on the topic, the variety and unity of India, where the diversity is vast, but still all the Indians are united for the one cause of their motherland. I hope you have followed this lesson and you will read it several times and you will come to know how united we all Indians are. Thank you.